In this video, I will be showing you how to create an awesome intro for your YouTube videos, which is going to look like this. Salam my friends, welcome to a brand new video editing tutorial here on my YouTube channel Nemo TV. I am Nemo and here on my YouTube channel I post lots of video and photo editing tutorial as well as vlogs. So if this is your first time watching my videos, make sure to hit that ravishing subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. And at the end of this video, if you enjoyed and found it useful, please don't forget to hit that ravishing like button as well. Okay, as I promised you, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create an awesome glitch intro for your YouTube videos using Adobe Premiere Pro, and some part of it we are going to be doing using Photoshop. So it's super easy, super straightforward. So let's just get started, right? So I'm going to be opening my Adobe Photoshop. Once I open my Adobe Photoshop, I'm going to be creating a new project. I'm going to be creating this in full HD, so 1080, not 4K, because I realize most of you are working on 1080 and then you get into issues when you want to downsize or upscale your dimensions. So I'm going to be using 1080 dimensions, which is right here. For the resolution, you can use 300 or 72. I mean, it's going to be the same at the end because we're going to be importing it to Adobe Premiere Pro and everything is going to be different. So in the first step, we are going to be creating that cool background for the intro. So just double click over here to unlock the layer. I'm going to be going to layer, going to new fill layer, solid color. I'm going to hit OK. For getting the intro that I created, this is the background color that I used, and I hit OK. Then I create a new layer and I go to my brush and I right click over here. I just choose this regular brush. I just drop the size. This is good. I change the color to white and I just click randomly all over my screen, just random dots with this specific dimension. And now what I do, I right click, I just drop the size into half of it and I do the same, just random dots. Let me just add some more. This is gonna do the job. So I'm gonna be saving this as a new image file. I change this to JPEG. I go like back one, and then I just save this. In the next step, I'm just gonna disable this and create a new file, and I do the same with the same dimension. So I just increase this to 14 again. I just put random dots like this. Let's just put some in here. I right click. This time I use like smaller, like 4. I just put random dots over here, and I save this. Save as the same. I just name it back to. Then I just make this invisible, create a new file, and let's do the same. Let's do 17, a little bit larger. Okay, let's do some at 7, let's say. Don't forget the corners. I mean, you can use any background color of your choice. Get creative. I mean, even the dots, you can use different colors. So I save this as back 3 and we are going to be done with our Photoshop. So I just save this as JPEG back 3. Okay. Now I'm going to be closing my Photoshop and I'm going to be opening Adobe Premiere Pro now. So once I open my Adobe Premiere Pro, I'm just going to be creating a new project. I'm just going to go to my desktop, intro, select folder. I'm just going to choose a name for this. Let's say intro new. I just hit OK. All right, so once your project has been created, you go to File, New, Sequence, and we are going to be creating a full HD sequence. So I go to Red R3D from the presets, and I just click on the new one, which is 23.976 or just the 24 one. It's gonna be the same. I'm gonna name the sequence as intro new, let's say. And once we have the sequence ready, I'm going to be importing the images that we're creating in Photoshop. So from assembly, over here in the project, I right click, I go to import, backgrounds, I import them, and then I just drag and drop them on my timeline. So let's say the intro is going to be 4 seconds, 5 seconds, okay? I'm just gonna mark it here, okay? I just drop a marker so I know how long it should be. Now I select all 3 of these, I right click on those, we're gonna adjust the duration. So when you right click, you go to speed duration, and you see over here, so every single one of these elements are gonna be lasting for 5 seconds right now, but I want to make it super short, so I put 0 over here, and I drop a 5 in here. And I just click over here so it just removes the spacing, and then I hit OK. So now what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna play this. It's good, but I would say let's make them shorter. Let's change it to 2. Okay, now what you do, you select all 3, you copy them, Control C if you're on Windows, and you go to end of the 3rd one, and then you zoom out. So our 5-second mark is here, and then I hold Control V, the paste, so I keep pasting them until I hit the 5 second, which is around here. Sorry, 4 second. And then I go to the beginning and I play it. So you see, we have the background, which is cool. Once we have our background figured out, what I would do to make it like simpler, I select all of them, I right click, and I create a nest out of them. And then I just name background, and then I hit OK. Then this is going to be simpler, okay? Now in this step, which is super easy, you import your logo, or you just type in the name of your channel or whatever you have. So I'm going to be importing the name of my logo. It could be just a text, it could be anything that you are going to be using. So I right click, I go to import. I'm going to be needing the logo of my channel. Alright, so I'm just going to be importing the logo of my channel, and then I just drag and drop it on the track. And then what I would do is, actually the size is cool. So I'm just gonna keep the dimension like this. I just make sure it ends over here. And in this step, after you have made adjustments on your logo, for example, if you wanna make it smaller or you wanna move it, just click on it, go to editing. After you go to editing, make sure you click on your element, and here at effects control, you can just do whatever you want. You wanna make it smaller, you wanna make it bigger, you want to move it, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just going to keep it the way it was. And now I click on this, I hold Control C or copy this element. I'm going to go at the end of my project and hold Control V, and then once I have the new element created, I just drag and drop it on top of the layer that I had. Okay, so this is what we have right now. If I play it, it's just this, super simple. All right, now we are going to be creating the glitch effect on top of our logo. So in order to do this, go to effects from here, and then from the list of your effects, look for wave warp. There we go. And then just drag and drop it on top of the second layer, the one on top. And there's going to be another effect that you're going to need, which is the color balance, RGB one. Right here. Drag and drop this on top of the same layer. So we didn't do anything to this one, okay? It's gonna be there. Actually, I'm gonna make it invisible, just make it simpler. So we already see some like changes over here. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on the layer that we just drag and drop the effects, and from the effects control, I just scroll down, and from the wave warp, I'm gonna change this to square. And after you did this, I'm gonna change the wave height to 50, and then I'm gonna change the wave width to 100, and change the direction to 0, and the wave speed to -10, and I'm not gonna be changing anything else. And we are gonna be changing the colors later. Make sure you're at the beginning of your sequence, and we are gonna go 3 frames each time. So I'm gonna use the arrow keys, right key on my keyboard, 1, 2, 3, and then I go to splice tool and I just cut it from here. And again, 1, 2, 3, I do it again, 1, 2, 3, I do it again, 1, 2, 3, and just keep going. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do the same thing for the reminder, I'm just gonna copy paste it after. So I delete this, let's say we work until here and then we just replicate them. So I go to the beginning and I choose the first one, okay? I delete the first one and then I start from the second one, okay? The second one, I'm gonna go all the way down to the color balance and I'm gonna change the colors all to 100. 100, 100, 100. So if I go over here, it's like this. I go to the second one and I delete that. And then I go to this one and I go to the color and I change it to 0, 50, and 78. This is how I did it. And then I go to the next one, I delete that. And on this one, I'm gonna change the wave to, so 50 is gonna be the same, 100. I'm gonna change the direction to 90. And the wave speed is gonna remain the same. And then I'm gonna go to this one. And I'm gonna be changing the color. And this one is gonna remain the same. I'm gonna be deleting this one. And again, this one, I'm not gonna change the wave warp, I'm just gonna change the color to 0. Let's say 39 and 0. Okay, and now the next one, I'm gonna delete that. And this one is gonna be like this one, okay? So now it's gonna be super simple. I'm gonna be choosing these and I'm gonna copy them. And I'm gonna, from the end of this one, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna be deactivating these two and activating these two and Control V, and it's gonna be over here. Got it? Super simple. And now, if I play it from the beginning, it's gonna be like this. I go to the beginning, and wherever I don't have the layer shown up, so like this, I just remove that layer, the main layer, so it doesn't overlay and it doesn't show up as duplicated. So wherever you have this layer, just cut it like this and remove that. You see? Super simple. So I'm gonna just do the same. I'm just gonna cut it and delete them all together. I just cut them over here, 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 and this one and this one. Now I'm gonna be deleting them. So I hold Shift. This one, this, delete. Okay, if you want to make this longer, all you need to do is to just copy paste it. So I'm just gonna remove this and I just select these all, Control C to copy. I go to end and Control V. And if you want them to be on the same tracks, you just drag them and bring them lower. Let's say we want the glitch to end over here. So I remove these and I hold this one and I drag it to the end of my logo. So now this is how it's gonna look like. So the glitch, and then I do this, and if I play it from the beginning, it's gonna look like how we wanted that to be. So if you want to go shorter, feel free to do that. So if you want to go shorter, just select these, delete these, drag and drop this over here, and do the same to the background. And now you're going to be having a shorter glitch. Okay, now the final touch would be the sound effects. There are lots of free glitch sound effects on YouTube that you can just go and download them. Free glitch sound effect. Let's see, what do we have? Free glitch sound effects, free cinematic sound effects. So these are free. You can just go ahead and download them. So I already have a glitch sound effect on my collection. So I'm just going to double click and choose the part that I want. Oh, actually I'm going to choose this one. So I just select it, let it be played, and mark out. So I use mark in to choose where I want it to start and mark out when I want it to end. And then I just drag and drop it over here. And I'm gonna be removing the first part because I want the glitch to kind of start from the beginning. And now if I play it, and yeah guys, that's gonna be it. Just export it as a video and just drag and drop it on the intro section of your video every time that you're making them. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I was planning to make this for a long time. I'm so glad that this is going to be the last video tutorial of 2020. If you had any questions, make sure to drop me a comment below in this video. If this was your first time watching my videos, make sure to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications. The bell part is really important. I mean, make sure to just turn on the bell notification. And happy holidays. I mean, I know it's COVID time, but let's take the most out of it. I will see you in the next year. Please be safe, take care of yourself, and as always, mukhlas.